If you're watching here just for standard, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Please hit that subscribe button and the like. It shows me that you appreciate what I do, and it helps with the algorithm, and that means the world to me. I'm trying to do this full time, just goblins on the channel forever, and if you appreciate that, just let me know. Now, we're going to be jumping over. The Adventures of General Kreat shall continue. I'm really bad at asking for that stuff. I'm sorry, but I got to do it because the algorithm numbers are really bad right now. It's like 96% of people are not subscribed. I had like some crazy number. Let's see. There's 10 of you. I'll show you. You 10. Only you 10. It's on the home screen. It's showing. Here, I'll go to my channel analytics. So look, you guys can see this number for like a really small amount of time, okay? Look at this craziness. 700,000 people viewed the channel in the last 28 days. And we got a lot of subscribers from that, but still 96%. So I got to start asking for that. But let's start the Adventures of General Kreat. Boom. Opponents playing a Shia. We get the Snoop. Having 1-drops, but not being able to cast them on turn 1 is the weirdest feeling in the world. We're just going to kind of act like we don't have anything to do. Nah. Now we play a creature, of course. It's the Ragavan buff spell strategy. Pretty much. General Kreat, 3-mana 2/2. Whenever one or more goblins you control attack, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. And whenever another creature you control enters, General Kreat deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's pretty good. Basically, impact tremors in your command zone that also makes bodies. They play Zavala. We might be dead. Impact tremors on top, but we have a Krenko. Okay. So the best thing we can do here is play a General Kreat. Activate Snoop. Trigger, ping. Combat, no attacks pass. In my upkeep, I'm gonna tap Krenko again. And then I'm gonna draw Krenko. Tireless Provisioner is pretty good. Being able to make a food or a treasure on landfall. That's pretty strong. A Shia coming down. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types, and it's an 8/8 because it's 3 plus 5. In the upkeep, tap. Do the thing. Shoot for 4. Because it's the rhythm of the wilds. Of the wilds. Alright. But I clicked Resolve All. You know, I'm going to unclick this. I'm never using that auto yield again. Okay. We'll go to the main now. We're good. We got this from here. Now we go Battle Cry. Pump? No. That'd be too easy. Let's go Goblin Bombardment. Battle Cry. Set up from 2 turns from now. Yeah, Goblin Bombardment is definitely dumb. We're going to swing with the 1/1s that we can. Make another one. The ones that they block, we're going to throw. So now we go, well, I want to kill this land. And if we think about it like that, go to damage. We're just going to kill this Servala to be safe. It's just so good. And I don't want to let them untap as 7 mana. This is the crazy thing about Goblin Bombardment, is it really doesn't care about Blossoming Defense. You're like, actually, I would like to do this. Yeah, so they still get to go to 6 mana. However, that's fine. We're going to show my opponent the reason that I don't care about the ring. If you're a proactive deck and you're able to set up against your opponent a board that will win on your next turn, the ring doesn't matter. I'm gonna show y'all what that looks like. So now, opponent's got lots of stuff, lots of mana. Protection, so I can't deal them any damage. However, what I can do is just play this Krenko. No damage. That's fine. No attacks. That's fine. I'll pass. They're digging for a fight spell so that they can kill the Krenko. Do you run raid? Yeah, I believe so. It's the 3-mana enchantment. Whenever you attack with a creature power 2 or less, it deals a damage to the defending player. I believe so. Yeah, and this deck's not perfect. Sure, exile half my library. They look like a lot of mountains, honestly. Okay, did you give a haste? Concordant Crossroads. Oh my god, it was mostly mountains. Beautiful. Let's see what we got off the top. Another mountain. So what I'll do is I'll go to combat and declare attacks. And before blocks, I will kill them. So we'll go to combat. Attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack with these 5 attackers. Attack triggers. Now, tap. Make 9 tokens, and then throw the 9 tokens at your face. You take that, you one ring. You damn scoundrel. All right. Probably 2 or 3 more, and then I'm going to crash. Oh, but we play goblins every day on this channel. So if you enjoy goblin gameplay, or if you just enjoy Brawl, maybe Standard, maybe Modern, Pioneer, we play it all. Right now, we're just doing a Standard stint because they got Krenko for some reason in Standard, and I just love playing Krenko. It's been a while since he's been good, so it's nice to win some games with Krenko after trying to play him in Modern for like a billion years, and have everybody I ever interact with be like, Krenko's win more. Like, you know what? Goblins is win more. You need a little bit more win more in order to win. with goblins. It's not always the easiest thing. We can turn to a Fable, which is pretty awesome here. Play the Skirk. It should probably die. If my opponent's smart, they're probably going to kill it. Jet Medallion. Is this Storm? I mean, obviously it's Kirk. So this is 2 colorless now next turn. That's pretty busted. I think it's worth it. No. We're going to play it slow. Attack with a Skirk. Because they're going to have to pay a bajillion life to do what they want to do. So if we can just burn them, we'll be in a great spot. This twin shot sniper just shoots you. This shoots Yawgmoth. Baleful what? Now it doesn't die to the thing. No. It's pretty good. And now they just play an Obliterator? That's pretty strong. Land. General Kreat. Try to kill you with like ETB damage before you can just like attack us to death. This is pretty scary. So they go to 5. They attack for 10. Gain 5, go back to 10. So now's the chance. Now's the chance, Jack. Do some crazy combat damage. Why would it be a good game? Just for that, I'm going to scare the hell out of you. Opponent's like, I have 3 more spells and I can kill you. Okay. Instead of saying good game, show me. Sounds like it wasn't over yet, bro. General Kreat will be a 3/3 with haste. He will bring with him 2/2. On ETB, take 1. On ETB, take 2. That's 7 life. Block the 3, take 4. Go to 3. Not enough. Make sure I did this math right. I play General Kreat, they take 1, they go to 9. Declare attacks with everything. We have a 2/2 and a 3/3. I get a 1/1 tapped and attacking. That shocks them, taking them to 7. I have 7 total, but they block 3, taking 4, going to 3, and then I die. The alternative... Yep. Now I'll say good game. Yeah, not being able to kill that Keurig was super important there. Oh my god, if I just held up the damn shock. GG's opponent. I guess they'd be at 10. So that doesn't really matter. Very, very interesting. Keurig, super cool. I was expecting Storm, so that's kind of insane to see. Let's run it back. Try midweek magic. For sure. Oh, it's on the homepage, you're saying? Let me see. Just real quick. Into the future. Welcome to Midweek Magic. Each week, try out a different way to play mtga Arena. This week's event is Into the Future. The latest set of alchemy cards is here, and it's time to hit the laboratory. Ugh. Sorry, y'all. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do the alchemy one, but I'll definitely do this in the future. Not a big fan of alchemy. 1000% will do it if it's pauper. 1000% will do it if it's a different format. You said, when does it change? Every week? Because I'll definitely do that next week. I'll make a whole thing of it. I can do an episode and everything. Really appreciate you. Sometimes it's good, sometimes bad. Well, that's fair, right? Sometimes magic's good, sometimes magic's bad. 1000%. But great recommendation. I didn't even know that was a thing. When did they start doing that? I've been playing Arena for a while. I guess I just always go to like either events or like just normal ranked games. Sounds decent. Hit our third land, we can play a Cursed Mirror, which can ramp us into our 4-drop. If not, we can just do this all day. Cause smacka. Looks like our opponent's gonna be on vehicles. Definitely a heir apparent player. That's funny. Play land. Smack. Play the Seer Slicer. Make the guy. Pass it over. Heir apparent. I know it's a white card and they're not playing white, but that's the joke. Play a General Kreat. Counter this. Bounce it to my hand. Yeah. That's cool. Hand, please. Combat. Schmacka schmacka. Make another dude. Yeah, they just don't have black mana. I take it back. I never should have said anything. They have their 3-2 now, but I'm not scared. I ain't scared of 3-2s. So we're just gonna play the General Kreat. Play the Spadinarium Second Manacrolum. Combat and attacking them. If they want to trade the Legend for the Seer Slicer, I'm down for that. Ping them to 17. That makes sense. I still have enough tokens to do the thing. This is pretty cool. Board wipe? Languish is double black, so I don't know. They could go like Aetherize if I attack with all my tokens to try to kill them. I don't think that's worth playing around, though. Sleep. They could play old-fashioned Sleep. Starter deck staples Sleep. We just go to combat and attack. Show me an Aetherize. Show me an Aetherize. No Aetherize. Cast something that deals you 3? I mean, yeah, it is 3. Bolt you with my General Kreat. Good game. Well, sometimes you just go super fast and your opponent's like, oh no, don't do that to me. And we just did it to him. So we're gonna run it back. Keep doing it with the General Kreat. Probably got 2 more games in me before I crash. But we'll be back tomorrow with more magic. We stream goblins every day on the channel. Right here. We do a 10 plus shorts, a video every day, and then a live stream every day. The video that we do is usually an edited live stream. Full transparency. We were playing Blood Moon. I know, I'm sorry. It's not meant to be nice. They were playing Brawl, right? My opponent's doing crazy things. We're supposed to just say, hey, chill. Chill, chill, chill. Oh, but they're playing red. So this is a dead card. Even though ramp is so apparent now that maybe prison effects like Blood Moon don't even do anything. Play the Scam. Play the Lord. It's been a while since Goblin Tunneler was any good. Has it ever been good? I wanted to try it. Sometimes you need to get your pile driver through unblockable, and then it gets buffed after it attacks. So that's like a sneaky way to get damage in. Play the Snoop. Top card's a Cursed Mirror, so that's not a land. AKA that is not good. I would like to decline this action while holding the spacebar because I accidentally said yes. Screw those Joda players over. Yeah, you know those times when you all got destroyed by those Joda players? I want you to know we destroyed Joda. As long as they don't have First Strike and Lifelink. Those two keywords kind of F us over. But if they don't draw those cards, shrug. Not much we can do. Play a Goblin Tunneler and say, suck it, opponent. Look at my awesome card. You don't even know that existed, did you? I would not like to do this. Prosper, no. It's 4 mana. So Marionette Apprentice for now. Making a token. Token is not made. Instead, it's ingested and reconfigured to be armor. Thoughtseize looks at the 2 mana spell in my hand and goes, that one. Good. Now we go Mountain, Cursed Mirror. I would like a Marionette Apprentice. And I would like to make a servo, which then I can go to combat with and attack. With not this. And not this. And before damage, I would like to say this can't, or blocks, I would like to say this can't be blocked. And I would say not this. Pass it over. Surprised they didn't go for the Blood Moon. Yeah. I mean, they're playing Prosper. They have a basic swamp. If they were like blue-green, I would definitely be more interested in slamming it, even though that card, oh my god, this card is insane. 3 mana, 2/3 menace. Whenever one more creature you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure, sack a treasure, exile top card of your library, you may play a card this turn. It's insane card advantage. But I have access to 5 mana. And I'm just going to play this Trash Master because it lords up my deeds. Go to combat, attack for 2, make it unblockable. Nope. I almost click it every time. End the turn. Okay, play the Professional Facebreaker, making a treasure with the Prosper. Attack me, opponent. No attacks. Prosper triggers. Swamp. Go into mine. Play the General Kreat. Play the Reckless Lackey trigger. Next to combat. Two attacks. Attack trigger. Make a dude. Goblin Tunneler. Make the Scamp unblockable. So they trade with they kill the Reckless Lackey. But then I'm going to sack to kill their Facebreaker. Would not like to put a counter on that. Shoot the Facebreaker. I'll lose a life. Now, and Makes the treasure. Destroy all creatures. Well, I can sack a goblin to shatter. Sack goblin to shatter. And then that's fine. I'll lose a bunch more life. Oh, and they get to reanimate because they paid actual snow for it? But that clause never is used. No! Must be nice playing Pauper because Goblins are one of the best decks right now. Honestly, I've been playing so much Standard since the new Goblins came out. I haven't looked at Pauper recently, but I'm super excited to go back. Last time I did it was probably, oh god, beginning of the year. I think is the last video I did, last stream. Probably just slam General Kreat. Say, okay, opponent, don't board wipe again, please. Fingers crossed. Prosper, Reckless Fire Weaver trigger, NT. Attacking with the 1/4, NT trigger, discard a land. Discard Connecting the Dots. Why would you discard Connecting the Dots? That card's awesome. Plot the thing. Yeah, that's fair. I could have plotted. I feel like if I draw like a Muxus or something, I guess I can't cast Muxus. My logic is bad. Heist target opponent's library. Hey. Don't heist my library. What does this even mean? Look at 3 random non-land cards from an opponent's library. You get to take one of them. But that's so good. You get to make sure you take a non-land out of their deck and you get a choice from 3 different cards. That's insane value. Okay, and they have a Hero's Downfall, and this Emrakul is going to go away. Right? Yes. This Emrakul went away. I'm happy. Sure. Plot. Blood Moon. Does nothing. Pass it over. Whale. Wait till you hear about the arena greeds. Grenzo. Oh, he has a unique printing on arena. No. I bet it's really good too. I just don't like arena cards for some fucking reason. It's like, why? Why would you do this to the game that I love? Like, don't make the game like this, please. It's kind of crazy. Let me explain what happened. Our own Braid killed our Cursed Mirror. So now we are unable to cast this Muxus for 6 mana because the heist hit our own removal spell. It's just so good. Yeah, you kind of just got to pass. They're going to get another counter on their NT, and we're probably just going to lose. We have 1. Oh, and there's a Valky. Tybalt is so good here for our opponent. That's how I feel about Universes Beyond. That's fair. 1000%. That's actually a great comparison. Alchemy makes some Magic players feel like Universes Beyond does, and Universes Beyond makes some people feel like Alchemy does. It's a good way to like shift your perspective if you're on one side of that or the other. Yeah, because for some reason I just like have a burning passion. I just like really don't like these alchemy cards. The ones that are real, the like the cards that are real cards but have the alchemy symbol, I don't mind. But like the cards that are made up just for the arena client doesn't make any sense to me. And I can totally understand how some people have that same burning passion against Universes Beyond. All right, you know what? I can do one more and then I'm going to crash. I'm just having such a good time hanging out with y'all. Really appreciate you being here. If you haven't, drop to subscribe. It's down there. It's that little button somewhere. It really helps the channel. We've had some crazy growth recently. Trying to do this full time on YouTube. Make as many videos, as many deck techs. Make goblins a household name again. I think it's been so long since goblins has been a thing, and if I have the support of a community, then maybe I can take this deck to a pro tour and win you guys a pro tour. I think it would be awesome to bring a trophy and put it in front of you. So if you share that vision, drop a like, drop a comment, maybe subscribe. 96% of you that watch aren't subscribed, so I know it's probably you, and you, and you, and you. So, but shout out to the one person in the corner who's subscribed. Out of the 96%, you're a fucking legend. And you can be a legend too if you hit that button. Glass casket. Hitting the skirk. Sure. Totally fine. Land and pass. We have a twin shot sniper? Let's wait. Maybe our opponent could try to put an enchantment on it. Or an equipment. End step, I'll kill your Esper Sentinel. Land. Squee. Squee's gonna just go super wide. Mana Tithe. Nope, no Mana Tithes today. Interesting. No effects at all. Pass. Borrowed time. Exile target non-land and opponent controls. It's just O-ring, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not missing something. What are your thoughts on the cactus? I love the cactus, but that's only because I think that it's just such a funny card. I think that's gonna be cool in Commander. I think it's just another funny card for people to play. And honestly, if it makes people happy, I'm glad that it's out there, right? I don't think it's like the craziest thing in the world. I think it's probably okay. It's not like insane. Yeah, I think it's it's like something that you can cheat into play if you have like power 2 or less synergies and like stuff like that. But I think that overall it's just another like crazy dumb power corrupt card. Right? 10,000 power is kind of like literally insane. But yeah, I don't hate it. I think that Universes Beyond is kind of fine because Magic has to eventually try to pivot to a younger audience or at least a different audience. And I can understand how from like a corporate or a marketing perspective they need to try to justify their existence. And it's really hard to do that sometimes. So sorry, I have to use all my ETBs right now. So we're gonna Matron. Matron's gonna go find something that's gonna let us kill through this Elishnorn, which is this Krenko. Attack with everything. Trade with my 2/2. And this Chieftain plus this Krenko is how we're going to play through this thing. But anyways, what I was saying, if I'm with precons, I just don't want to understand. I agree. I think most people don't want Universes Beyond to be in standard. I think that they think about it like a secret layer, like a precon, where they're like, there's this alternate thing that we can do if we choose to partake in it. The issue being the last few Universes Beyonds were so successful that they said, why not make it standard legal? And that really tilts or tips their hand at how they think about Magic in general right now, because it shows. Does this enter with a counter? Yeah, it enters, so it does still happen. And play a War Chief. Hope they don't have a Sunfall. But if we top deck a land, we can go Chieftain, Krenko, and win. 3 attacks. So yeah, I can understand it from like a marketing perspective, like why they want to do it. Like Wizards is trying to stay alive, right? They're trying to justify their existence. Their overhead is probably a lot, and as a company, I can understand it. Now, as a game and as a player who loves the game, I think that really it doesn't make much sense unless you're really struggling with like design space and like new ideas. Like maybe like the people who are designing magic sets are really struggling because they've used all of like the the legacy ideas, right? Like we've gone through the Eldrazi, we've gone through the Phyrexians, we've gone through the Brothers' War, we've gone through Teferi's Time, we've gone through like the Amonkhet, the Nicol Bolas, we've gone through the origins of all of the planeswalkers that we know. Like they've hit all the check marks. Now new brains have to come in, new people who have new ideas have to come in. Otherwise, you're going to keep struggling with these issues that we have right now. Cancel. Do we have enough? Yes. Which is ultimately you're just trying to make sure that you're able to have retention in a game that is slowly, if you're not trying to stay relevant, is maybe the majority of the population who plays Magic is aging, and they need to appeal to people who love Spider-Man as like a 12-year-old or even a 5-year-old. And so I can understand it from that perspective, and I'm all for it. If it gets a new player into the game, that kid could grow up to be a Pro Tour legend. So 1000% I'm for it. It just should be accessible, and right now it's not. It's prohibitively expensive, and it's just rough. For most people who have been playing Standard forever, when they make cards that inevitably become Standard playables, it's just really tough. So yeah, that's been my TED Talk. Sorry about rambling, but they're gonna block the War Chief. Next turn, I can just slam this Chieftain. Block's good. Monstrous Rage, the General Kreat. You can kill it and put it back in my command zone. I think Foundations was awesome, but Aether Drift kind of sucked. I agree. Foundations was amazing. I think Duskmourn was amazing. I think that Aether Drift was good. I think Aether Drift was as good as a hat set can get. Does that make any sense? Like for the style of set that they've been making recently, it's been very like themey, but like no substance. It's all surface level. Like they designed the set while walking in front of a game store. Like if we were going to explain Outlaws of Thunder Junction, you could explain it in a poster that's in the front of a game store. A bunch of cowboys wearing hats. It was closer to Murders of Color Manor. That's fair. 1000% fair. I think that those theme sets, right, they can only do so well. So like Aether Drift, they did a lot of really good new things. They tried things. They did risky things. But at the end of the day, I think it was still a theme set. So that's what's kind of like what crushed it at the beginning was, we wanted it to be a real Magic set. And it was on Ravnica, like same idea with Murders. It was on Ravnica, so we were excited. But they didn't really put a lot of thought or effort into it. It was just a theme set. And so it could only do so well. Outlaws was a great example of this. Aether Drift is another great example of this. And it's hard because as a Magic player, we remember growing up watching, I remember the first set that I remember watching come out was Gatecrash. It was like I started playing after RTR came out. My first box was Magic 2013, core set Magic 2013. And yeah, I just remember being like so enamored by like I would look at the packs of Innistrad and Dark Ascension and Zendikar on the wall, New Phyrexia, right? Like the packs I could never afford, the older packs I could never afford. I remember looking at them and being like, oh man, those sets are so cool. And nowadays I imagine like a kid walking in is like Bloomburrow's cool because like maybe he likes squirrels, right? But then he's looking at Duskmourn, he's like, that's cool. Foundations is okay because it's like core set. As a kid, you're like structure, sure, that's a game, it makes sense. it kind of gives you a little bit of like reassurance that like, okay, people are caring about this game. There's a structure deck, right? Like they're trying to like make it work. Oh, didn't sequence that right for sure. But then, you see like Aether Drift, Rulers of Carliff Manor, Owl of the Thunder Junction, and maybe you're not taking the game as seriously. And then you find out that, there's going to be a Spider-Man set, and you're really confused. Are we playing Spider-Man cards? Are we playing Magic cards? Like, they are the same now, but the issue is to a kid who's trying to create like an understanding of like what the bounds of the game are. It's really hard for their brain to like just figure that out, and we're making it harder on them for no reason. Duskborn was better than those just because it's so well. No. I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't compare. I think Duskborn is not a theme set. I think Duskborn is just a set. It's a great example of like a Magic set that like it kind of, some people said it was surface level because it was like 80s theme or like horror or like Stranger Themes like setting. The issue with that is Stranger Themes is like just like such a vague, that's like what, sci-fi thriller, like what's the thing there. They did a really good job fleshing out the lore of the house. They did a really good job of fleshing out the lore and the story of Duskborn. And so I feel like Duskborn is a beautiful plane done, probably, I don't want to say just as well, but it's a plane that's just as well fleshed out as like Chandalar or like any of those like older planes where we've only visited a couple times, but they matter. I think Duskmorn is right up there with those planes. And it's kind of a shame that we went from like Duskmorn, right, into Aetherdrift, because I feel like Aetherdrift did a good job, but it kind of was set up. Loot was on the plane, and that kind of damned it, right? I kind of feel like we have to get back to serious, I don't want to say serious characters, but like people like following the story, people like following the lore, and it feels like the lore is currently on a really goofy path, and that's fine. I'm sure that there's a wave, it's an ebb and flow. Eventually, when we come back to the Eldrazi set, shit's probably gonna get pretty fucked. But for now, they're letting us enjoy, the theme sets. At least that's what we have to hope that it is. We have to hope that this isn't the future and what it's gonna be like forever. But with that optimistic note, I'm going to say goodnight. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. Thank you for being here. And I'll be back tomorrow with another Goblin stream. Yeah, incredibly grateful for this. This is because of you. So thank you. Bye.